Vettel leaves Ferrari at the end of 2020. It is a huge thing. Big news today arriving from Ferrari, but in some sense, it is not a huge surprise. It is a big news, but not a huge surprise for all of us that have been following situation between Ferrari and Vettel and the news that were coming from his manager and the problems with deciding to stay or not because there was some speculation and some information that was coming from some journalists that they said Vettel was not satisfied with the situation in Ferrari with payment there. But yeah, I don't believe that was the main issue that he had with Ferrari. His story at Ferrari had been pretty different from what we all expected. Vettel signed for Ferrari and started driving for them in 2015. And he was seen by a team as the man who could achieve what Fernando Alonso failed, to bring the World Championship back to Maranello. And, well, Vettel, with his great success in Red Bull, looked like the man that could do it. One thing we can say is that Vettel, along with teammate at the time Raikkonen, managed to help Ferrari get back on winning track. Although they didn't win any championships, but if we look where they were in 2014, when the team was basically in turmoil with Alonso and his problems with the team and the way they handled the whole situation, Vettel was the right choice along with Raikkonen. They really had something, but when Raikkonen left, Leclerc started to challenge Vettel much more. He was faster. The car was not up to Sebastian's liking, and this is something that probably was one of the main reasons why he decided to do this, to leave Ferrari. But of course we should not forget this, that along with Vettel, Ferrari started winning again, started to get on the podium. The experience of Vettel was of great help, and as I said, he and Raikkonen, they have a great feeling for the car. They have experience in technicalities of the car. They understand the mechanical grip. They understand how to make car go faster. They like good front end. This is something that Ferrari had with those two drivers. With Vettel leaving, I think Ferrari will be in a bad place. What is next for Vettel? I think Vettel will retire for good. This is the best decision for him. If he goes to McLaren, if he goes to Alfa Romeo, or even Renault, these are all teams that don't stand a chance in the next few years. Best thing for him to do is to retire. He, despite 2019, which was a bad season for him, he's still loved by fans. He's still respected in the F1 paddock. So the best thing for him would be to have a good 2020 season, if we will have one. But if we will get to racing in 2020, he should do his best and retire. This is the best decision he can do. For Vettel, much will depend on the seat. he can beg. If he chooses to stay and the commitment the team is willing to make with him, yeah, Vettel is a strong person, but he wants an arm around his shoulder. He needs to feel like he's wanted, and he needs to be listened to. He could go to McLaren. They're on the way up. But still, this is a big if. As for Ferrari, I expect Ferrari to just go down from here. Leclerc is very young, and the people they are mentioning to partner him are Sainz and Ricciardo. I expect it's going to be Sainz. He's much younger than Ricciardo. And Ricciardo for sure will not want to play second fiddle to Leclerc, like he had to do in some situations with Verstappen. And I think Sainz would like to drive for Ferrari no matter what, no matter what his position in the team will be. I would like to personally see Hulkenberg or Perez in that seat, but I think this is very unlikely. I think Ferrari will go with Sainz. Yeah, tell me what you think about Vettel's split with Ferrari as they part ways in the comments. And yeah, see you next time. I hope we will start racing soon in 2020. Till next time.